What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for part number 4 of our live Pokemon Showdown PU session featuring our lovely NFE team here. And I've been having a lot of fun using this team so far, so I hope you guys have been enjoying this session. I want to thank everybody for all the likes and comments and suggestions and everything. All of that does help out, so shout out to you guys who are awesome. Give this guy good luck, have fun, as he has a very threatening team here. Right off the top of my head, I'm going to say that the Torterra is probably going to be his Stealth Rocker. The Basculin is probably going to be choiced in some way, and the Rapidash likely will be as well. I guess either one of them could be Life Orb too, so that is something to watch out for. That Aqua Jet coming off of adaptability with Basculin is kind of scary. He's going to lead off with the Arbok, actually, as I decided to lead off with Clefairy to get up rocks because it really is detrimental to his team, and I don't see anything that's going to want to get rid of them, other than maybe Defog on Articuno, but it has to take all that damage. So I'm going to let him set up a sub here just to get those rocks up, just because of how beneficial it is. Now, this thing is actually very, very scary. I guess I can go into War Turtle. Potentially. I mean, I don't want to go into Bayleef, that's for sure. I could go into Bread, but he probably has Earthquake. This is probably sub Coil, which is actually no, he might have Sucker Punch. Yeah, he's got a very small move pool, so he probably has some combination of sub, Coil, Gunk Shot, and then either Rest or EQ or Sucker Punch, one of those, or several of those. Whatever adds up to 4, basically. So I get a free switch into Roman, and I am going to go for an extra sensory here to break the sub. Not even going to worry about Eruption because he's going to attack me, and he might kill me here, actually. As he opts to go for Coil again, I don't think that was a good play because I outspeed you. Obviously, you're a bulkier variant. You might just die to this, even if you are specially defensive. Arbok, I don't know if you're going to be bulky enough to take that. Sucker Punch actually is not enough to take Roman out, even at +2. And we get a crit extra sensory. I don't know how much that mattered. Usually the Coil variants are specially defensive, so it could have mattered. It would have done a lot, though. And he would not be able to rest up. He would have to Sucker again to kill me. So I don't think that mattered in the long run. I could have revenged him afterwards anyway. As he goes into Stoutland, I don't really know if there's any reason to leave this alive. I don't know, except for maybe outspeeding Torterra. That could be very useful, actually, because that Torterra could be a big problem. But what do I want to switch in on this? I guess War Turtle? This thing could be a couple of different things, too. It could also be a choice user, although a lot of his Pokemon could potentially be choice. Like everything except for Articuno, basically. The Torterra could be choice banned. The Rapidash could be choice banned. The Basculin could be choice banned. Everything could be choice banned. He does go for a return. I don't think that's banded damage. I think that he might be Assault Vest, which I'm hoping he isn't because he's going to be so tough to break down. I know this thing doesn't have recovery, but still, like, it's stupidly bulky with an Assault Vest. It's surprising how well it takes hits. So judging by the fact that he doesn't have Intimidate as well, leads me to believe that... oh wait, no, he is Intimidate. Never mind. I'm seeing that in the text up there. I just missed that when he intimidated Roman. So we're gonna Soft Boil up, and now we can go for a Moonblast. Now we're at a sufficient amount of health because he's only doing about 36%. That Moonblast did nothing. That has to be Assault Vest. I mean, I know Clefairy isn't the most powerful thing in the world, especially because this is defensive. But still, I feel like it should be doing a little bit more than that. He doesn't have anything to pass Wishes either. So I feel pretty okay just soft boiling up and then getting chip damage as much as possible. I don't know that I need this Clefairy for anything else. So I can soft boil a couple times. Looks like he got a very high roll there. Like the disparity between those two rolls back to back was kind of a lot. 36 to 41% the following turn. But, yeah, I guess we can just, we could soft boil again. No, I'm gonna Moonblast. He can't kill me. He can't kill me. So at least I get some chip damage off on this. That's really all I needed, as he is going to finish off Clefairy. I could have just continued to soft boil, but eventually he was gonna crit me. So I don't want to play that game. I got almost 50% off on this. That's pretty darn good. I could get some more chip damage off with Bayleef. If I go into Bayleef, that's going to bait in his Torterra, most likely, fearing the Leaf Seed, so I want to click Toxic here. I don't think he's going to stay in, and if he does, we get some residual damage on this, but I really think Torterra is going to come out here. So I want to click Toxic, because getting residual damage on that is going to be very, very helpful. As he actually goes into the Articuno instead, takes 50% from rocks, and he's actually an even HP number. That's very strange. That's unusual to see on a Pokemon that is weak to rocks. But that's great to have it weakened and toxic like that. That's perfect. I'm kind of tempted to just click a double. No, you know, I'm going to go into Roman, as he does go for the Defog here. So I get a safe switch in. And I do kind of fear him going into Rapidash on a predicted fire move and getting the Flash Fire boost. I don't know if I like that. So I think my best play... Is he really going to switch in Rapidash? Is he really going to do that? Yeah, I'm going to click Extra Sensory, and he just finishes me off with an Ice Shard, actually. Okay. I didn't know these things ran Ice Shard. I actually don't see too many of these, which is kind of weird, because usually whatever legendary Pokemon are... I can't finish this sentence because I just can't. The legends that are in each tier are usually very highly used, is what I was trying to say, just in general, not all the time. But my brain did not want to function correctly there, so it took me like 5 tries. I'm going to go into Pawniard here, and I'll go for a knockoff, as he is going to switch in Torterra, so that really didn't do much at all. We get rid of the Rocky Helmet, so he was definitely defensive, which makes sense, because he doesn't look like he has a lot of defensive Pokemon on this team. He's probably a Stealth Rock setter, so I'm very tempted to just go straight into Yanma here, because he's either going to go for EQ, but I'm not going to risk it, as he does go for the Leech Seed, actually, which is perfect. So I'm glad I decided to go into Leafa here. And are you going to want to stay in on me? Probably not, because I resist your stabs. If anything, that Articuno is going to want to come out. I think Toxic might be my best play either way. And he is going to send in the Articuno. Okay, fair enough. You're going to take more damage, though. So, you know, I'm not too afraid of that. We've seen Ice Shard and Defog so far. And do I click Leaf Seed here? Or do I switch in Bread again? What is he going to want to do? That is the question. That is the million-dollar question here. I'm going to... Oh, he shows off the U-turn. Okay, and I clicked Leech Seed, so he's probably going to go back into the Torterra here, predicting that, I would assume. He doesn't really have anything else he wants to switch in. Or maybe the Stoutland, if he thinks I'm going to go for an attacking move. Yeah, he does go into the Stoutland. Okay, so he intimidates me, but we get the Leech Seed off, so we get some more residual damage on this, and now we can definitely take this on. I can just Giga Drain this plus Leech Seed, and that should finish it off in a couple of turns. He may stay in here to go for return just to gauge how much it does before deciding. And actually, Synthesis might be my better play, because Giga Drain's probably not going to do anything. I mean, I don't know if I've actually determined whether or not this is Assault Vest. I'm assuming it is, but I'm going to go for the Giga Drain. We'll see. He does go for the return. Yeah, that does 12%. That does 12% to the Stoutland. That's definitely Assault Vest. Now he can click Synthesis. He's likely going to switch out here. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to go right for the return again. Fair enough. Fair enough indeed, because I get that extra damage. Are you going to switch out, or are you just going to let this thing die? Because I can just click Synthesis again. You're not doing 50%. You're doing almost 50%, but not quite. Yeah, he does just stay in. He gets a crit, unfortunately, so we do end up a little bit behind the curve there. Actually, no, we don't, because Leech Seed kills him, so that wasn't too bad. We pretty much just stayed where we were. So he goes into Rapidash here. It's unfortunate that I don't have Roman anymore, because I don't have a switch into Flare Blitz other than Wartortle. And I'm going to respond to this guy in the chat, because he's talking about Stoutland in Black and White OU. It was pretty common because of Sand Rush and weather and all that jazz, but now that weather's been nerfed, it's not really used at all, because, you know, there's no perma weather anymore. So let's see here. I kind of want to predict him to predict me to go right into War Turtle. I feel like that's a very, very obvious play, so he's probably going to go for Wild Charge. I kind of want to just click Leech Seed here. That's what I'm going to do. He does click Wild Charge, which is great. Definitely over-predicted there, and I think he is Choice Banded. I think he's Choice Banded because that... yeah, I don't see Life Orb recoil there. So we got some damage off on this, and he is... I kind of want to go for the double Leech Seed here. Yeah, I'm definitely predicting the Articuno to come out here, and that is exactly what he does. I did not think he was going to risk getting Toxic by switching in the Torterra there. So that means that this thing is going to die next turn if he stays in, so I will go for Toxic. I have nothing that I can lose from that. He can't kill me with any special attacks. Yeah, Blizzard doesn't even do 50%. As he does opt to stay in, but we get the Leech Seed recovery, and the Toxic is going to finish off the Articuno, so we cannot defog anymore. If I wanted to set up rocks with a dead Clefairy that died like 12 turns ago. I don't know why I even mentioned that, but he goes into Rapidash again, and I kind of want to stay in again. I feel like he's going to predict again, because he made that prediction last time, which is a pretty good prediction, but that was too obvious. It was too obvious for me to make that play. Do I want to do it? Do I want to do it? I kind of want to just stay in again, to be completely honest. I kind of want to just hit him with a Leech Seed again. This could be interesting, because Flare Blitz will kill me. I don't really need this thing, though. I don't need it for anything. It resists Basculin, but War Turtle takes care of it. And he does go for the Wild Charge a second time. Attempting to make the prediction, or not attempting to make the prediction, but making the prediction that I was going to go into War Turtle. And he says in the chat, thought you were going to switch twice. And, yeah, I don't know really what else to say. That's a prediction of a prediction, I suppose. This guy's a pretty good player. He's making some plays. I like it. That's what I like to see on the ladder, some good plays. Very good plays. I just didn't want to be obvious about it. He could have very easily killed me with Flare Blitz. And obviously, not obviously, but that may have been his better play to just go for the Flare Blitz, actually, because it kills 3 out of 4 things that are left on my team at this point. And I went for Toxic again, the double Toxic there. So we poisoned the Rapidash and we poisoned the Torterra. So I'm just spot on right now with the predictions, which is good, as we're going to synthesis up. And we're in a great position here. Yeah, we have residual damage going on everything. I think I'm just going to let him kill me at this point. I will click Leech Seed. And he's probably eventually just going to go for the Flare Blitz. Yeah, he's going to go for the Flare Blitz this time. He has to. He can't afford to predict again and get Leech Seeded and get all that extra damage. So I can synthesis in the off chance. Should I synthesis? Does it really matter what I go for? Like, he's just going to kill me. He's just going to kill me. I'll just click Leech Seed. And we actually survived that somehow. And with Leech Seed and Toxic, he's going to survive with 8%. So this is going to be a double down, most likely. Because if he switches, I get a free Synthesis off. And I don't think he wants that, because I can live a hit from any of his remaining Pokemon. Yeah, I definitely don't think he wants that. He has to kill me. So he's going to go for the Flare Blitz again. He's going to go down to the recoil. So Rapidash is gone, which is great, because that was a threat to both Buzzbeat and Bread, because that could have been Choice Scarf too. In fact, it may have been. I don't know if Choice Band actually just OHKOs specially defensive Bayleef or not. I'm not sure. Bayleef is very bulky, so it could go either way there. If it was Choice Scarf, it definitely would threaten Yanma, because even after a speed boost, it would outspeed me. He goes into the Torterra here as we send out Yanma, and I want to say that an Air Slash is an OHKO here. We don't have to worry about going for Protect, I don't think. So I'm just going to go for the Air Slash. Yeah, that just kills this thing. Jeez. I'm pretty sure that was physically defensive, so it had HP investment, but it doesn't take special attacks too well. And I'm pretty sure we have this in the bag here. We can go for a Protect here, in the off chance that this thing is Scarf, and just make sure that we're going to outspeed it. And also likely see what he locks himself into, because most of these are Choice Banded. So he locks himself into Waterfall, as I'm going to go for the Giga Drain. It does 95%. I'm actually surprised that this thing survived. He's going to kill me with a Waterfall there. Doesn't show Life Orb. He would have died there if he was Life Orb. So he's probably banded. which means that we can just go in with Bread and finish this off with a Sucker Punch. So we're going to give him a GG here, and I think that's going to be it. We're only going to have the one battle this time. That guy was a pretty good player, which just goes to show you that being low on the ladder, so he was at 1,000. He hadn't won any games yet, under that name at least. It just goes to show you that the low ladder isn't always filled with people that don't know what they're doing. Sometimes people will try to make plays. So that was a fun match. We got one more episode / part left before we're going to leave our NFE team behind, and it'll be a sad day, but hopefully we run into another good player. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you are leaving a like rating or comment or whatever you would like to do, of course, and I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.